You see, jumping from a fire into a frying pan was really never part of the plan.
Going back to your abuser out of desperation? I don't know. In retrospect, you know it's a bad idea, right? But out of desperation, like rather the devil you know than a demon you don't. I think that's the saying. I'm gonna get ready really quickly. You're gonna chill with me while I get ready. I really don't think it's necessary to be afraid of a tough decision because, like, sometimes you don't have a choice. And abusive parents, yes, hard to deal with, but also when it comes to like dealing with it, therapy helps. Sticking to your commitments help a lot, like I've mentioned before. But then also like just consistency and showing up for yourself and not letting the abuse get to you. Obviously, the ideal situation is to get out, but if you don't have means to get out, then how? Do you know what I mean? And then you can phone someone who seems to have your best interest at heart. You can reach out to people who actually care. I guess it's really healthy to be yourself. Above all else, authenticity is key. Simply because people who are willing to support you will find you. It's gonna take a while, and I feel like I'm slowly getting there. But you see, the person I found turned out to be exactly the abuser that I'm used to. Only this time it was more passive than what I'm used to, and I'm used to active abuse. So like, and the difference is major, but the significance of the abuse, like the hurt it leaves, is still absolutely damaging. The guy who I thought was my best friend, who I moved in with to get away from my parents' negativity and toxicity, he became like the main source of my anxiety and depression, which is wild because he's even keeping me away from like necessities, you know, like sticking to my commitments. It's really integral to my professional career and the path that I want to stay on, especially in terms of being in an open, healthy environment that doesn't judge me based on the outside, which is very often, mind you, in a professional capacity, I always get judged based on this instead of, I think the best alternative route, if I do not want to go back to the toxicity of my parents, is to reach out to my therapist again and see if they can somehow ensure that I get into a shelter so that I wouldn't have to experience that abuse again. Like, I genuinely thought that this bra was a good support system, and I remember a time when I went bragging to everybody how much I love him, how he's my best friend, and now it's just gone to shit. Unfortunately. So I'm gonna need to find a way to get out